let's talk about the trading education you are never supposed to have. You see, in the world of professional trading, the real, profitable strategies, well, they're guarded like state secrets. They're whispered on trading desks and locked deep inside hedge funds. But today, we're pulling back the curtain.
But first, let me ask you a serious question. Are you tired of losing? And I don't just mean losing money, though I know how much that stings. I'm talking about losing sleep, losing your confidence, maybe even losing the belief that you can actually make it in this market. Are you just exhausted from those YouTube strategies that promise you the world and then completely blow up your account? Yeah? If any of that sounds familiar, you're in the right place.
Because trust me, you are not alone. The numbers are just staggering. In India, 91% of retail traders lose money in F&O trading. Now, this isn't because they're not smart or because they don't work hard enough. No. It's because they're playing a game that's been rigged against them from the start.
And that brings us to what we need to talk about first, the 91% problem. See, this massive failure rate, it isn't some random accident, it's practically a feature of the system. Most traders are out there fighting against institutional giants with huge advantages, and the education they get is basically designed to keep them losing.
Here's the deal. The game is deliberately made confusing. You're armed with these outdated tools, endless YouTube tips, these complicated indicator-based strategies that probably stopped working 10 years ago, and a whole lot of motivational fluff that's disguised as actual education. It's all designed to keep you on this hamster wheel, forever chasing the next holy grail that, spoiler alert, never shows up.
So what's the alternative then? Well, that's what we're calling forbidden trading knowledge. This is the stuff the pros use. We're talking about the frameworks and the principles used by the absolute elite, the people operating behind the closed doors of prop firms and massive hedge funds. And you can really see the difference here. It's like a tale of two educations. On one side, you've got the standard retail stuff, a jumble of YouTube tips, what I like to call indicator salads, and a ton of motivational fluff. But on the other side, that's what the pros use. Battle-tested frameworks, real risk management, and the psychological armor you absolutely need to survive.
And look, you can't buy this kind of knowledge in some weekend course. It's earned. For the trader they call Berlin, it cost him over 10,000 hours staring at a screen and 70 lakh rupees in losses. Think about that. This knowledge was literally forged in pain, and that's exactly what makes it so incredibly valuable.
But okay, here's where we take a little turn, because the biggest, most guarded secret, it isn't some super complex strategy. It's actually something way more fundamental, and it's the one thing that most retail traders just completely ignore.
Berlin himself says it best. Trading is 20% strategy, 80% money management. You could have the greatest strategy on earth, but it's going to fail if you can't manage your capital, your risk, and, most importantly, your own emotions.
Here's the thing you have to understand. That tiny percentage of traders who actually consistently make money, it's not that they have better secret strategies. It's simpler than that. They just have better rules. They have a non-negotiable system for discipline that they follow, period. No exceptions.
So let's do it. Let's crack open that playbook and look at a real, tangible example of one of these rules. A rule that, honestly, can single-handedly stop a great winning day from turning into a total disaster. Okay, check this out. It's Berlin's rule number 6, the 50% rule. It's so simple, but it is unbelievably powerful. Here it is. If you lose half of your day's peak profit, you stop trading. Immediately. No questions asked, you just walk away. So here's how that works in real life. Let's say you're having an awesome day. You're up 80,000 rupees. That's your peak profit. Okay, so your 50% threshold is 40,000. The second your profit drops back down to 40,000, you're done. You close the laptop. This one simple rule is what prevents that emotional downward spiral of revenge trading.
And this really gets to the heart of the whole philosophy. A small profit is always bigger than a big loss. The goal isn't to be right all the time. The goal is to survive, to protect and grow your capital. Learning to accept your mistakes quickly, that's what separates the professional from the gambler.
Which brings us to our final and honestly our most important section. We've talked about the broken system, we've talked about the forbidden knowledge, and we've talked about the rules. But none of it is the ultimate edge.
Let's be really clear about this. The frameworks that professional traders use, they work. The mathematics behind risk management and probability, they are proven to work over time. All of those parts of the equation are already solved for. They're a given.
So
If the strategies are solid and the math is guaranteed, what's left? What's the one single thing that can still mess it all up? There's only one variable left in the whole equation.
And that variable is you. It all comes down to your discipline to follow the rules, especially when your emotions are screaming at you to break them. It's your willingness to cut a loss when your ego is demanding you hold on for just a little longer. See, the knowledge by itself, it changes nothing. Your application of it, that changes everything.
So ultimately, it really comes down to this. A master trader like Berlin, he can give you the map. It's marked with every single trap, every shortcut he discovered through years of painful experience. But he can't walk the path for you. That journey is yours to make. So the only question left is, are you ready to start walking?